Hello, this is the presentation for Legacy Property Associates' first development project. The project was a renovation of a single-family home. The address was 712 53rd Street, West Palm Beach, Florida. If you're viewing this, you're either a family member, a friend, a financial supporter, or some combination thereof. And I would just like to say thank you to everyone who supported me through this project. And I look forward to moving forward with the next one in the very near future. So without any further ado, let's get started with the presentation. So I've broken the presentation down into three sections: the outside renovation, the inside renovation, and then our next steps. So once again, let's get started with the outside renovation. So here's the beginning when we first started. And after 3 months, a few more different views. Once again, the beginning and afterwards. The beginning. The view looking west. And again, the after west view. When we began, this is how the house looked from just looking straight ahead at it. And at the completion of 3 months. Once again, and at completion. Now, this is a walkway of the house. You could barely see it, but since it was part of the original structure of the house, I thought it would be great to try to dig it up and bring it back. So I had to reframe it, report it, resurface it, and at the conclusion, this is how it turned out. I think it was well worth the effort. The driveway also was in a state of disrepair and needed to be, needed to be resurfaced. And this is after the resurfacing. You can see the red mulch. I decided to accent all the landscaping, front, rear, and sides with a red mulch. Here's the backyard. It was really just like a jungle out there. I didn't know that at the time when we purchased it. Found that out later. But as you can see, you can't even see the house next door. Just this brush or jungle had been growing unmitigated. I would think someplace between 15 and 20 years. There was actually a tree that had been knocked over, I imagine, from a hurricane, and was growing horizontal along the ground, just like you would imagine one growing vertically with branches and everything. It was growing horizontal, about 20 feet long, and had branches and everything coming out of it. Again, just a jungle. There was all kinds of snakes and other living animals that were running for cover as I started to deforest this area. This was pre-COVID, but this face gear and protector was one of the most valuable tools that I purchased during the entire project. And just the debris stacking up. I stacked it in a pile and it ran pretty much the length, which is about 50 feet, the entire length of the backyard. In order to remove it, I rented the largest truck U-Haul offers. I think it's 26 feet. And we packed the debris in there from floor to ceiling. Showing you how much debris was in there, and it still wasn't enough. We had to make 2 trips. But once completed, the yard is starting to take shape now, and you can even see the house next door. So now it's time to set the poles and start the fence. Putting up a fence in South Florida is heavily regulated by the building code. due to the hurricanes we have. They want to be careful that parts of the fence don't come off during a hurricane and become projectiles. So the building code is very strict with how far the holes need to be dug in the ground, how much concrete has to be in each hole, the types of nails you have to use in order to attach the rails to the poles, and also the types of nails that you have to use and how many nails have to be used to attach the panels to the poles. Every step of the way is very highly regulated by the Florida Building Code. And of course, this has to be permitted and inspected. So here are the 4x4s. We're pretty much finished setting them in the concrete, and time to get started on the rails. So here are the rails. Moving along, making good progress on the rails. Sometimes you have to do some cutting. And I'm pleased because we pretty much have all the rails intact. Now it's time to move on to the panels. Here you can see we're making good progress on the panels. And we've now completed it. And we'll just take a look at the backyard, kind of a counterclockwise, or I'm sorry, a clockwise from left to right. And you can see we brought the fence around all the way to the front and stopped it pretty much parallel with the front of the house. Now moving on to the inside renovation. This was the kitchen when we started. And here you have the completed kitchen. Once again, how it looked in the beginning. Here we're starting the demo. We had to rip all this out and put in new electrical, as well as this provided the plumbing for this wall, and under it is where we're going to run our plumbing to install our new washer and dryer, because the house had no washer and dryer. And here we have the demo finish. You can see completely into the bathroom also. And once we rebuilt it, this is what it looked like. A few more views. A nice half closet for the refrigerator. On the other side of that refrigerator is our washer dryer. All this was reframed and rebuilt. The bathroom in the beginning and after the renovation. You can see the nice sparkling tile. We ran a white ceramic tile from floor to ceiling all throughout the bath. This would give the bath a much more, well, not only beautiful look, but also it would enhance the size, at least the optic size of the bathroom, given how small it was, about 5 by 6 feet. So running the tile from floor to ceiling throughout gave it a visually much larger appearance. Here we're starting the demo in the bath. The bath was pretty tough because in those days they used concrete attached to a wire mesh. So it was really about 3 inches of thick of concrete. And the only way to get that out is to take a concrete saw and to just cut it up and then kind of crowbar it out piece by piece. Well, happy we're making progress here. It was a very messy job. Here you can see how wet and messy it was, and the handheld concrete cutter that I had. This concrete cutter was really dangerous because if you slipped or something with all that water, that blade does not stop, and so it would just kind of cut wherever it hits. If it hits your leg, your arm, or whatever, it's just going to go right through it. So I had to be extremely careful in this uh, portion of the demolition to make sure that I had sound footing and that I didn't slip. And once again, after the demo and we rebuilt it, and with the new LED light, you can see how nice the tile uh, um, glimmers. This is looking from the bedroom into the hallway where there is just a single door closet with some shelves inside. It'll just use as a linen closet. We decided to demo this out, reframe it, enlarge it, and use this as our laundry closet to install a washer and dryer in this area. Here the space is, we've demoed it out and we've reframed it, and you can see the water lines going in. Again, the water lines, new electrical, and the plumbing. And now we're sheetrocking it up, but before we can finish it, this has to be, of course, inspected and passed. And at the conclusion, now we have our new laundry closet, double bifold doors. I think it turned out really well. Here's bedroom one. You can see our color scheme. We did put up some window treatments. We didn't stage the house, but we did kind of what I call light staging with just some window treatments. Closet in bedroom one. Bedroom two, same window treatments. You can see the white tile, porcelain tile throughout the house, which is all brand new. And this is the same view we had a while back. When you were looking out, you would just see the single door going into the linen closet. And now it looks out into a nice double door washer dryer area or laundry closet. The living room, we decided to spice it up just a little bit more flair in the window treatments, a nice floral arrangement in the corner. Once again, a few last looks when we started and when we finished. Another view and when we finish. So the project went very well, took much longer than I expected, but I guess to a certain extent that can happen on the first project. But I'm very pleased with the outcome. I learned an immense amount about the process, about building Florida building codes, just in so many different areas. So now we're looking to build on this knowledge to do another renovation, but at the same time to build a single family home, a brand new single family home. And when those two projects are completed, then we'll move on to a small multifamily new construction. I imagine it'll be somewhere between 8 and 12 units. So that was the first project. I'm very pleased with it. I want to thank everyone for your support and looking forward to moving forward. Thank you very much.